Good morning, you bunch of drunks.
So I know that most of you, after all this, were just thinking to yourself, because, you know, life isn't just interesting enough, so probably sat around over the weekend, and then Monday came around, there was so much going on, and you're like, I wonder what Jeb Bush and John Kasich are thinking. I wonder what they're thinking. Yeah, no, you didn't, did you? Yeah. Yeah, well, Tweedledum and Tweedledummer were making their rounds yesterday inexplicably in the wake of the healthcare thing. I don't know why. It's interesting how these losers start creeping around trying to pick through the ashes of destruction for some nugget they can use to propel themselves into famosity. First, it was Jeb Bush, cut number 17 here. What do you think, Jeb? Let's see. What are you doing?
The strength is that he's acted in a good way and lifted people's spirits in terms of economic growth and job creation. But he's a distraction, he in and of himself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, take his phone away. Blah, blah, da, da, da. Yeah, thanks for chiming in, Jeb. Really appreciate your perspective there, because that's just what we needed to hear was Jeb Bush's mixed blessing for President Trump. Then there was John Kasich, for whatever reason, cut number 16.
We're not a parliamentary system. And whenever you continue to operate like that, what you pass will never be sustainable, and it will the people of this country, particularly the vulnerable, the mentally ill, the drug addicted, the chronically ill, who will pay the price for politics. It needs to stop.
Okay, well, get off your lawn. Okay. Well, stop ringing your doorbell and running. Stop it! Stop. So I had to turn KT on to the, we were doing the promo for yesterday's show. And, you know, just sitting in there, and we have the tape rolling sometimes. And so Katie wasn't around during the early stages when Kasich was in full failure mode, and he lingered on, and in the primary for whatever reason. Again, he always seems to be around, but we really don't know why.
Why?
That's the thing with John Kasich. It's like again, why? What? So, Kasich, so I turned it on to the imitate. I didn't really do that great of a job with it, but you know, as you know, I've done my imitations of John Kasich before. So I decided I was going to tell Katie, and she was recording it. So she told me this morning, I have a snippet of you doing the John Kasich imitation for me while you're waiting to go ahead and record your promo. So, oh, come on, oh. Donald Trump is going to be president of the United States. Doesn't make any sense.
And for those who don't know, Jamie is hilarious during his promo, so I just record until we get to it. He is hilarious, so funny.
Yeah, we just kind of talk and chat, and we just get off on a roll while we're waiting to do the promo.
Can you say common sense that way again?
Doesn't make any sense. That's him eating with his mouth open, which is something else that bothers me about John Kasich. I don't know, poor guy. He's a smart guy. I mean, I interviewed him. I told Katie I interviewed him once for an extended period of time, and really he does. You know, he's not a bad guy. I mean, there are some things that he says, and he's done a pretty good job for Ohio. So you know, usually it's just for comedic effect that I make fun of him, because he's always running around slouching. He's always like, oh God, blah, blah, blah. Always huffing and puffing. He always looks so agitated. One time during the campaign, he got his hair cut. It's like it's so impossible to believe you could tell when a 65-year-old man gets his hair cut. Oh look, Kasich got a buzz cut. I'm ready for baseball. Put me in, coach. Just got my hair cut. Just went to the barber shop. The barber pole. His pants up to his midsection of his body.
It's so funny though, because it just happened. He was just on TV, and all of a sudden I look over at Jamie, and he's doing a full-blown impression. I was just dying. It was one of those moments that you just could not record.
I just pulled my pants up all the way to my chest and ran around and screamed and yelled. But I just remember too during the campaign when he would eat. It's like, dude, it's okay. You're gonna eat again someday. It's okay. This isn't your you're not going to the gas chamber, okay?
You're gonna eat again.
He's eating like he's, it's his last meal, and he's on TV.
I was saying, is he the one that had food on his mouth during?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because he was eating
something like hanging from his lip or something. We were trying to figure that out. I couldn't remember if it was him or not, but I think it was.
He's eating a pizza that had to be like craned in. It was so gigantic. He had his staff holding it while he ate off of the piece of pizza. It's like a big Walmart piece of pizza, which is half a piece of pizza.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, Walmart, have you ever heard of just a piece of pizza? Don't pretend it's a piece of pizza when it's half a piece of a pizza. Want a slice of pizza? Isn't that half a pizza? Yeah, but it's a slice.
If you roll it up, it's a slice.
Yeah.
What do they call it? The Chicago slice or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so.
New York's the one that does the big pieces that they fold.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was eating it. It's like, and it's like it's like when you see people eat it, and the tip of the pizza thing hangs, and then they hang it into their mouth and eat it.
Oh, that's disgusting. I can't even imagine.
Sorry. Oh, guess who it is? My favorite, Henry Davis. How you doing, brother?
Good morning, Jay Money. How you doing on this fabulous and rainy Tuesday, partner?
Hey, listen, buddy. We have you set to do something, because I told the guys at the station, the Allman Report, I go, we got to get Henry Davis on the soccer story. I want to see what Henry Davis has to say about soccer coming to St. Louis. I just want to get that urban perspective.
I'm kind of all for it.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact, and for the simple fact that I'm not a great soccer fan, I really don't plan on purchasing any tickets at this point. But I'm just excited about the fact of the infrastructure and people getting some jobs, because let's just keep it honest, keep it 100, like I always do. 90% of the people that's going to be working at that stadium are going to be black. Let's just the stadium workers, the concession stands, the people that clean up. 90% of them going to be black, and not to say that that's a bad thing, because I knew some people actually personally that worked at those Rams games and worked at those Cardinals games. They make some good money, man.
So
they make some good tips and stuff when you work behind that counter, and especially when they win, and they get some good tips and some good money. So I'm actually all for the soccer stadium. I don't care about paying a half a cent tax to get some of these young teenagers off the street and get a job and things like that. So I'm actually all for it.
Well, as long as it doesn't come out of the Treasury, as long as I think they're doing it the right way. The guys who are coming up with the soccer plan have gotten some private funding. They're actually initially coming and wanting money from the city, and the city saying okay, but then they got some backlash. So they got their private funding, and then it's going to be up to the people to decide whether or not they want to pay for it. It's going to be up to you to decide whether you want to pay for it with an added tax, as opposed to something that comes out of the Treasury. Because otherwise, I couldn't figure out how they could justify paying for soccer when they can't afford to have two guys in a police car. So we'll figure that out.
That's Proposition 2, and then with the public safety thing. If you get one, you got to go for the other one. So I'm for both of them. I'm about getting more police officers and security, especially the way these people tripping on these metro links. And I'm actually for the whole job thing about bringing new jobs and opportunities. With the soccer thing. And like I said, I'm not a real huge soccer fan, but I don't care if they were talking about building another ice skating rink or something. Anything that's going to create jobs. Right. For our city, I'm for it.
That isn't a drain on the budget, as far as I'm concerned. Now, what do you think when something doesn't go right for you? Let me ask you this: I know you're not a fan of soccer, but when something doesn't go right to you, do you drop to the ground and roll around and hold your knee like they do, or do you?
No, I don't move like that. If it don't work, it don't work. I just keep on pushing. No,
I know.
I'm not one of those crybabies. But check this out, Jay Money. While I got a couple minutes.
Yes.
My truck is warming up.
Can I put you on hold, because I got a break and I got to pay the bills? So can I put you on hold?
Yeah, because I actually have two good questions for you this morning.
Okay.
I need your help.
All right, no problem, buddy. Just stay on hold. I'll be back in 1 second.